You know, when you have a good idea, or you believe it's a good idea, but then you go tell people around you about the good idea and how they should follow you in your good ideas. And they're like, you're like, yo, we should do this. It's good for business, whatever. And you even go see your sports competition, your colleagues, and you tell them, hey guys, we should do this, we should do this, we should do this. It's good for us. It's good for everybody. It's good for our industry. Because understand how I think. Let's say that there's 10 coins. You know material of the 10 coins. Let's say that there's 10 coins and there's 10 artists. And every fan has a coin and every artist wants a coin. Let's say the first fan is in love so much with artist number one that, let's say the first 4 fans, they all give their coins. Coin number 1, 2, 3, 4, the first artist. Boom. First artist is rich of 4 coins. And the 9 other artists, they already know that somebody's getting fucked because there's not gonna be enough coins for everybody. They know already. Let's say that the next 4 fans, they also love the second artist so much because he's huge, he's big, and everybody give their coins to artist number 2. So coin 5, 6, 7, and 8 go to artist number 2. So artist number 1 has 4 coins. Artist number 2 has 4 coins. Artist number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 look at each other and they know at least 7 people are not eating tonight. Fan number 9 is like, guys, I love everybody, but I like artist number 5. Gives him a coin. Last fan is like, guys, you know what? I'm gonna use my coin. I'm gonna buy myself a sandwich. Peace. All the fans go away. Artist number 1 has 4 coins. He's rich. Artist number 2 has 4 coins. He's rich. Artist number 5 has 1 coin. He can pay his rent. Everybody else are fucked. And they look at the other artist like, can you help us? And the other artists are like, well, I'm so sorry. This is the game. This is the market. So peace. So artist number 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, they have to wait for the next 10 fans, maybe in a week, to tell them, hey, more coins. And if those 2 popular guys are there again, they might take all the coins again. And this is the story of market and market share. And interestingly, when I talk to artists or businessmen, most of the time, what they care about is the fact that artists number 1 and 2 are getting the most coins. That's all they care about. And they say it's unfair. They want to be on a very communist way and say, everybody should have the same number of coins. Nobody should have more than one coin. So if there's 10 fans, only fans should give coins to the one who don't have coin yet. But you cannot decide who an artist wants to support. If somebody likes Kaysha, maybe the 10 fans, if they arrive and they're like, oh, Kaysha is here? Nah. Kaysha has a new song. I'm buying this one. And they might give all the coins to just Kaysha or Nelson Freitas or Judge or whoever is popular at that moment. This is the law of the market. And artists tend to feel either jealousy, envy, or feel that it's unfair when everybody give their coin to somebody else than them. And when they are the recipients of the coins, they tend to say, it's amazing. The market is great. Guys, work better next time. So, I'm actually a person that is lucky enough that my hard work has been recompensated. That was a French word? Anyway, I'm lucky enough that my hard work has been rewarded by enough fans giving me coins my whole career. I've never been one of those guys who's waiting to be called to do a show and I don't have a show when everybody else has a show. I usually had not only shows, but also sold albums and etc. etc. Why? Because I kind of understood that I wanted to be everywhere where there's coins. And if there was not coin there, I would get coins there, etc. etc. And I made my market big enough that when coins were rare here, I could go there. But one day, I found a solution. I found a solution for the coin problem. I found a solution. And I wanted to tell all the artists, I found the solution to the coins problem. And I told them, listen, if it's 10 of us and there's 10 fans and every fan only has one coin, what if there was 30 fans and each fan had a coin, and even some of them were wealthy fans, had 2 coins or 3 coins? If we had a market of that size and we still were the same 10 people, maybe the one who used to have 4 coins might have 6, but there will be maybe 50 to 60 coins to share. And maybe every fan would have enough coins to not only give to the artist that they like, but also to somebody that just discovered and somebody that they want to support. And maybe those who are the most popular would get more coins, but those who are not popular or not famous yet would still get at least 1 coin. All we have to do is change the market, expand the market so that the market can serve more people. Because right now, if there's more offer than demand, the price drops. Economy 101. If there's more demand than offer, we might all get paid. And to me, that was exactly something that was the type of conversation that I would have with artists and with market makers in the different businesses that I was. And the solution was so crystal clear for me that I always thought that the only thing somebody could tell me after me telling them that would be, this is amazing. You found a solution. Let's go, let's do it. And interestingly, the only thing that I got as a reply when I had those conversations with artists was, the big ones were not trying to be the same as the small one. Meaning that the artist who would get 4 coins would tell me that they don't want the artist that has 0 coin to have 4 coins, because it would mean that he's the same as me. I want to be the only one that has 4 coins. And I want them to have 0 coins. And me, I was like, why don't you want other people to survive? Ego. They happy knowing that they are the big ones. They are on top. And they actually prefer a market that is small rather than a market where everybody is big, because they don't care about the survival of the others. They care about them being on top of the market. And this shocked me. I was like, wait a minute. And then my answer was simple. Listen, if you are already popular and we go to a bigger market where instead of having 10 coins to distribute, there's 50 coins. You are so popular that you might get 10 coins. Maybe you and the other popular guy might get 30 coins, 15 each. And everybody else will still get the sprinkles of the 20 coins that is left. And between artists 3 and artist 10, maybe one would get 2, one would get 4, one would, etc., etc. But at least everybody would have something to eat, and you will still be the biggest ones. And they would reply to me, no, I prefer being a small fish, but the biggest small fish in a small pond, instead of going to the sea where I'm nothing. What's wrong with these people? And I was like, what's wrong with you guys? You can be a giant, the biggest shark in the sea, or you can be a whole island if you want. And you prefer being small as long as you are bigger than the others. So you value your success in comparison to others. I don't value my success in comparison to what the other people do. I don't care what they do. If it works for them, it works for them. If it doesn't work for them, I'm sorry for them. And I hope that it will work for them. I love seeing other people succeeding. And if somebody makes more money than me, or has more success than me, or if I walk somewhere, people don't recognize me, but they recognize the other person, I don't care. I'm happy for him or her. But there's so many artists or people in general in life that they view success in comparison to other people, that they can't fathom the idea that you would have more success than them, or even that you could have a little bit of success and become a competition. And that maybe now that you have 2 coins, you can invest your money to have a better video and whatever. And now maybe next time you have 5 coins and they have to share the stage with you. What they want is to be alone on the stage. Even if the stage is small, they prefer being crammed between the 2 winners on the stage rather than have a bigger stage for everybody. And even if on that bigger stage they become huge, they don't care. They don't want you to survive. And this is when I realized that I have an executive mentality and they don't. Because the executive mentality of people like me is that we always want the playing field to be bigger, better, because we realize that even if it makes more money for other people, which is great for them, and even if I don't care, it's still great for them, it makes more for me. And like I said before, a lot of people, they want to be in the stadium to play, to become the best player. Me at a point, once I've been the best player for 10 years, my next goal is to buy the stadium. Even if I buy a small stadium, instead of just making money from being a player, I will make money from every drink we will sell in the stadium, every hot dog, chips, sandwiches we will send to the stadium, every ticket we will send from the stadium, the VIP places, the parking spot. All this will generate way more money than if you were just a player. So since the big one were too selfish to let the small ones become something, I said to myself, let me have a conversation with the small guys. Maybe they will understand what I say because it's actually good for them. And to my surprise, the small guys, the ones who had 1 to 0 coin, they were only interested in having more coins than the other guys so that they could be the ones. And some of them just wanted the bigger ones who had more coins to have 0 coins. They just wanted to kill them. And I was like, well, I guess nobody understands what needs to be done. So one day I was seeing this goes on. So 2005, 2006, 2007, I go to the West Indies and we go to Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyane, and I'm here more as an executive because I was producing some artists. And I was still doing some shows here and there, but nothing special. And I realized that everybody was crammed in 4 territories. We had between September and April, May, everybody was in France, Paris, and then all the cities around in France. So there's small clubs everywhere. Everybody was going to perform in all those small clubs. And starting in May, June, July, August, September, everybody would go to Martinique, Guadeloupe, Guyane, and try to perform out there and but those are small islands with 1 million people total. I mean, listen, I'm not sure of the numbers. I didn't check before talking. Let's say it's 1 million people in the West Indies. And even if there's clubs, there was not enough clubs for everybody to make money, because what people have to understand in the theory of the 10 coins is that this represents the market. Let's say that in the summer there's 20,000 euros that is between all the clubs, and these are the different cachets that are being distributed to every artist. So by the time June, let's say an artist's cachet is 1,000. So if you divide 20,000 by 1,000, there's only 20 shows possible, right? You can only do 20 shows at 1,000. So let's say there's 20 clubs and everybody's running to the same place with these 20 clubs. By the clubs will be like, okay, I'll take you because you big. I want you in these clubs. All the cities and have the big clubs will say, hey, we have enough money. Okay, 5 shows. That's 5,000. Oh, Kaysha, you big. Listen, what's your price? Me? Well, it's not 1,000, but I can do for 1,000. We're on a holiday. Let's go. Okay, we have La Plantation, we have this, we have Le Chalet Village, we have this. We want those 3 cities in Guadeloupe and those 2 clubs in Martinique and this club. Okay, let's go. So I'll do this two, and that one. Okay, 1,000, 5,000 gone. There's only 10,000 left. Okay, let's say the rest of the artists, the price is less than that. Maybe let's say it's 500 for the sake of the conversation. It's 500 for a show, and the clubs say, okay, I'm gonna take you 2 by 2. So you need with 10 shows, you take them 2 by 2, and the $10,000 or euros that is left is gone. Now let's say more artists arrive to the island and there's no more money. What the club will tell them is, hey, listen, I have a radio station, and if you want to perform in my club for free, I'll play your song on the radio. And that's how everybody started to get screwed up, like badly, because people were more obsessed by being in those markets because they believe that if I play in the summer in the West Indies and in Guyana, when I come back, everybody that's on holiday in the West Indies, when they go back to France and they go back to their different country, their different cities, so Paris and then Marseille and everything, all these countries, the rest of the year, they will call me because now my song is popular, and the popularity of my song will follow me when I go back to Europe, to France. And people, since all the coins, so this is why I have this theory of the 10 coins. Once all the money of the market has been distributed to all the main artists, what is left is crumbles. What is left is promo shows. And a lot of people would accept to perform for free or to perform for a bottle or something just so that they can exist in the market as an investment, so that maybe their song could still work when they go back, and maybe they would make money when they go back to France. But when they go back to France, even if the market is a little bigger there, the big artists are already taking all the money. So for you, you're gonna still just be the person who's eating the crumbles. And to me, it made no sense. So 2007, I go on tour. So I start telling people this in 2005. But in 2007, I realized that people are not going in the West Indies just on in the summer. They also want to go in the winter. They also want to go in December. They also want to go there. They also want to go for Easter. Like, they go all the time. And me, I'm like, there's a lot of money. And they're like, oh, no, it's a lot of promo shows. And me, I'm like, listen, if you give bad habits to the promoters to do promo shows all the time, you will start to have people don't want to pay you anymore forever. I go on tour with everybody, and I realize that it's 10 of us on stage, and we go 10 by 10 on shows, and everybody just sings one song. So you don't sing your catalog. All you do, you come, you sing one song. And I'm like, all right. And everybody gets paid like $300 per show. And they do like, so to make money now, to make 3,000, you have to make 10 shows. And so you stay, and in exchange, you get your hotel paid, you get your whole holidays paid, you get a car, And me, I'm like, yeah, but not only you are destroying your star power, but at the same time, all these promo shows, people must be tired of seeing the same people over and over the whole summer. And like, if you perform everywhere and you want to just be everywhere all the time, be there, you are actually, not only you are removing the star power, but you are also not creating new stuff because you're obsessed with being in the market. And we arrived to a point where it was not anymore a place where you have some people get 4 coins and some others get nothing. It was a thing where everybody wanted a quarter of a coin, and everybody was fighting to just be there, and everybody was obsessed with being there, and like every artist would go there, and that's it. And me, I was like, these people are crazy. And so one day, I go to, so that was the last time I went to the West Indies. So I go to the West Indies. I get like I think I did 17 shows, and I got paid like just like something like 3,000. Just it was listen, this is just for your presence. I was like, it's not really a cachet for the show. It's just because you were there. And I was like, the fuck. I was like, okay. Then I go to Africa. I go to in another country. I do 5 shows and I get paid $30K. And I'm like, and me, from the beginning of my career, I decided that I would not be the prisoner of a territory. I had shows in France. I had shows in Portugal. I had shows in Belgium. I had shows in Switzerland. I had shows, and because my music is so modular and I sing in 3 languages, I had all the Haitian fans would make me perform in La Badi Manoir in New York, in Miami, in Boston Matrix. All the Cap Verdean fans would make me sing in Cap Verde, in Portugal, in the Cap Verdean parties in France, in Rhode Island in the US, with DJ Mastermind that is here, and then all my Congolese fans would make me perform in the Congolese clubs and in Congo, and all my Cameroon fans, I would go to Cameroon, but I would also go in Germany when there's a lot of Cameroon people, in Houston when there's a lot of Cameroon people. All my Angolan fans, I would perform in Angola, but also in Portugal, but also in London when there's a lot of Angolan, Stratford, or at Leeds where there's Portuguese people. Like, because my public was so diverse and my market was so big in terms of how many places, it didn't mean that my price was better than others. It just mean that I was not receiving a coin. I was receiving blue coins, red coins, green coins, coins from everywhere. It was still coins, but where some people were fighting for the same territories, which were France, West Indies, and French Guiana. Me, I was like, whenever there was a lot of people somewhere, I would go the other way. And whenever I would have done a lot of shows in France, and I would be like, people are tired of me, I would completely tell my booking agents, no more shows in France. Start booking me in Switzerland, Belgium, while France, we're letting them miss me. And I would do Belgium, Antwerp, Germany. I would do those places. And then I would do Portugal. I would do a whole year only shows in Portugal. I would come to Portugal every week and do all the cities in Portugal, all the clubs. When I would done doing this, I would be like, okay, no more Portugal for at least 2 years. Let me go to all these Portuguese people. They all go on holiday this summer. Instead of going to the West, let's go to Cape Verde. We would do Cape Verde. We would stay a month in Cape Verde, do every island, and then another month Angola, and then and do every province, and then another month go to Mozambique and do every city of Mozambique, and just go take a plane, perform, blah blah blah, etc., and then would come back to France and say no shows for two months because I need to create more content. And I would create a new album, etc., that I would have written when I was on tour. And because I had new content, new songs, new hits, then maybe France would start calling me, hey, you have new song, can you come perform? I will like, nah, not yet. You're gonna wait a little bit. And then I would go to the US. My market has always been, I always thought of my market has to be huge so that I can't just go from a market to another. And I created my music with this idea. I don't want to be fighting for 10 coins with 10 people. I'd rather be fighting for 10,000 coins with 10,000 other people, but at least there's more chance to do something. And at the same time, I was producing artists. So while they were fighting to get their coins, I would make money from them fighting because I would sell their albums. So I was starting, like by 2003, I was making money not only from shows, I was making money from composition for other people, writing for other people, but also publishing other people, but also selling the CDs of all my competition. So sometimes people would tell me, oh, this artist is in your label? I would say, yeah, why? Oh, they're selling more than you. I say, yeah, they sell more than me. And they would be like, ain't you pissed? I would be like, no, everything is going in my pocket. If I sell 30,000 CDs and my artists sell 40,000, I sold 70,000. That's how I see it. So because I had so many, I already was doing so many things in 2003, I was actually making already more money from selling CDs, publishing, writing for other people, composing for Nelson Freitas, for all these other artists, that I actually was not obsessed by the 10 coins from the shows. I was like, hey, listen, if I do a show, cool. If I don't do a show, I don't care. But the worst part was I was doing so many shows in so many countries that at a point, I sat down with an artist, actually 2 artists. I sat down with 2 girls and they were crying because I think it was 2008 and the 10 coins became crazy. At that point, everybody was obsessed with just being there. It was not even about money anymore. In the Zouk market, it was not about money anymore. It was only about, I want to be there so that I exist. And everybody was not only fighting between each other, in competition with each other, hating each other, and at the same time fucking each other. It was a mess. And one day, I took one artist I was working with And I told her, listen, we are in July. Where are all your competition? Every artist that you compete with, where are they right now? And she was like, they're all between Martinique, Guadeloupe, and Guyane. I was like, okay, so in the summer, everybody's there, right? And she's like, yes, everybody's there. So I guess everybody's fighting for the 10 coins that are there. And she was like, yes. And I was like, so what do you think happens here in France, or let's say in the north of France, where it's, even in the summer, it's not as sexy. There's some cities that are not sexy at all. What do you think happens in those cities while all you guys are in the West Indies? And she's like, well, everybody is in the West Indies. Everybody is on a holiday. And I was like, so you believe that all the clubs that are in Lille, in Roubaix, in Valenciennes, in Amiens, you believe that all these cities are empty? There's nobody and the clubs are closed? And she was like, I never thought about this. So I was like, listen, let's do a calculation. Let's imagine that while everybody is out there performing in the West Indies, you call all the clubs that are in north of France and south of France and Marseille, and you call all the Cap-Verdean clubs that are in Nice, Cannes, all these places, but not when when everybody's on holiday. There's a lot of people who don't have money to go on holiday. Those people, they're still in those clubs. Let's say we call all these clubs and we try to do 3 shows per week, and we sell, fake numbers. Let's say we sell every show for 1,000. Small, simple thing. We find somebody, every show we do, we give that person 200, you keep 800. And let's say, since it's the holiday, we try to have 3 shows per week in all these small clubs that nobody wants to go to. And she replies to me, oh no, I don't want to go to this club. I was like, what you mean you don't want to go to these clubs? Don't you have a kid to feed? Don't you have a rent to pay? Do you think pay your rent, it has to be in a sexy club in the West Indies, etc.? And do you think that those fans are not worth your time? Do you think that those fans don't buy your CDs because there's no beach and you Listen, money is money. As long as it's honest money, it's money. Just go to the place that are not sexy and go give love and receive love from the people who love you. Even if it's a small club or the club is not sexy or the sound is not the best sound, the fact that you go there, those people will love you even more because you go to their places. I've performed in places when I was on the top of my game, when I was like Kaysha of One Love, something on the, I performed in club with 50 people. Why? Because why not? Because the people who love you, they love you. And if you go in the smallest city to perform, when you have a club, they will, and the club told me, we saved money for 2 months so we could pay you, but we didn't know if you would accept to perform for 50 people. And me, I was like, a show is a show. And listen, I'm here to give love. I'm here to receive love. And if I'm getting paid for that, I don't see why I wouldn't do your show. And I would go and perform. And sometimes the small shows are the best shows because you can ask the name of the people. You can ask them what song they want to hear. You can do a show when you can even sit down with the people. You don't need to be on stage. There's 50 people. What's going to happen? You tell the security to move aside. You sit down with everybody, and when you sing a love song, you hear with everybody. I did that already. I did that in Cape Verde in festivals, or if sometimes in party when for some reason there was only 20 people. I was like, let's go. Because music and performing, you're supposed to have fun. You're supposed to enjoy what you're doing. You're supposed to share an energy with the public. So I tell this girl, listen, forget about sexiness. Forget about all these things. Let's find all the small clubs that nobody is at right now. And you're going to see that since everybody is out there fighting, it's 20 people fighting for 10 coins out there. It means that in here, in north of France, in center of France, in south of France, Biarritz, all these places, there's 10 coins and nobody's taking them. So let's do a little calculation. Let's say that you are doing 3 shows per week at 1,000 per show. So that's 3,000, and for 4 weeks is a month. So that's 12,000. So that's 12,000 euros. And if you do this for 3 months, you find all the little places. So that's 12,000 multiplied by 4. That's 48,000. 3 months. Oops, sorry. That's 36,000. So you make 36,000. And I told her, once you've paid the person who's going to book you, let's say you give that person, I don't know, 20%. So that's 36,000 minus 2,400. So that's, yeah, let's say you give him 5,000 and you have 30,000 for you. It's very simple. Once you have your 30,000, here's what you're going to do. You take 10,000 and you pay your rent for 1 year. Boom. This is a stress that once your rent is paid for a year, it removes 50% or 60% of the stress of life. Just like, my rent is paid for the year. Because your rent is paid for the year, it means you can refuse some shit shows or some things that are not well paid by the people who are trying to tell you, yeah, if you don't go, whatever will go. That you can say no to some proposals, and you can even say no to some things that the managers, the labels are trying to force on you. And when you want to go, when you have a small club that you fall in love with and they tell you, hey, we are really sorry, we don't have 1,000 to pay you. We only have 500 to pay you, but everybody loves you here, and we would love to invite you, even if you sing just one song. You can tell those people, you know what? Pay me my hotel, pay me my train, and I'll sing for free because I want to see those people. And maybe if you sing for free at that place, maybe there's 4 or 5 people who are there who will tell you, wow, I want to give you double your price because you came and sang here. Because you've been an amazing people. I have this club. And listen, all these things I'm telling you, they happen to me. So I tell that person, you take 10,000, you pay for your whole year of rent. You still have 30,000. You still have 20,000, right? You take another 10,000, you put them in your bank account for just to be fine for whatever you need. Like every month you spend 1,000, whatever, like expenses, life. Then with the last 10,000 you have, you take 5,000 and you buy yourself a microphone, a good microphone that costs 1,000, like this one that I used to record all my music. I bought this like 15 years ago. I'm still using it. You buy yourself a computer. You can buy yourself some lessons to learn how to record yourself. And maybe you can buy this camera. I shot so many videos with this camera. It costs 1,000 euros. You buy a camera like this, and then buy yourself some clothes, some stuff, whatever. With the last 5,000 euros, you take your best friend, because you've been in all the ugly cities for grinding, right? With the last 5,000 euros, while all these people have been in the West Indies every year, fighting between themselves like crabs for money, you take your 5,000 euros and you go with your best friend, you go to a good resort in Punta Cana or in Miami or in Thailand, wherever. You find a place and you go. You earned it. And while everybody is coming back to the cold, all these people who like in their head, they're like, we were in the West Indies. you didn't go. While they're coming back, maybe you meet them at the airport. They're all tired. They've all been singing for free for 3 months. You meet them and you're here with your nice bag and your friend, and they're like, where you going? Oh, I'm going to Dominican Republic. They're like, what? But how? But why? Are you going to perform? No, I'm going on holiday. But how can you pay your holidays? Fuck you. Once you arrive in the once you arrive in the Dominican Republic or in Thailand or in Miami, you know what you do? You spend 1 week doing nothing. You chill, you tan, you and your best friend, you there, you chilling, you good. You book a month. You know what you do the second week? You take this camera that shoots images that looks like this, right? This looks like a music video, right? Well, you take that camera, and since you are on the beach, you find a sexy boy that you met last week in the swimming pool, and you ask him if he wants to be your model for your video. And you tell him, I'll give you $100. Give him $100, and your best friend shoots your video. And it's okay. You put the camera on automatic and you don't care. And you shoot some images. Or even if you want, since you have some money, right? You find a cheap crew that will hold the camera for you and film your music video out there for $200. And you try to shoot 2, 3, 4 videos. And once you have all these rushes, when you go back to France or wherever you live, you ask somebody who has a YouTube channel and who knows how to make music videos for cheap. You tell them, listen, I'll pay you 500. I have all these images and I have these 4 songs. Please shoot me, edit everything, and make them music videos. And the person will say, okay, no problem. And now you open your own YouTube channel and you put all your music videos on your channel. Because you have to understand one thing as an artist, and I was telling her that. I was like, listen, all your videos that are in my channel, they make me money. What you need is to pay for your own stuff so that you can put them on your channel, plus all your shows that you did this last 3 months, that you will do in the next 3 months in all these cities. You have somebody with an iPhone and they film your shows. You put them on YouTube. You put everything on YouTube because every view on YouTube is a few cents. And if you have, so you would do 3 shows per month. That's 12 shows per month. That's 12 multiplied by 4. That's 48 shows. By 3, sorry, I keep saying 4. That's 36 shows. So you have 36 videos of shows that you can upload to your YouTube channel, plus the 4 music videos that you did. And this, if you have enough views, your YouTube channel gets monetized, then maybe you will make 500 per month to begin, or 300 or whatever, I don't know, depending on the views. But you're a popular artist at that time, you're super popular. Go ahead, do all this, and listen. And when you come back, while everybody is trying to rush to perform in all the cities that you've performed already, you take 2 months of not performing and you go to the studio and you record new songs. You know why? Because while all these people have been busy performing the whole year and they're obsessed with performing, they don't have time to record new songs. So they keep going and they keep grinding and pressing the juice of the same songs. You have rested for a month, you chilling, maybe you find a guy out there in the Dominican Republic who fucked you good, you in a good mood. Now you can record some nice songs. So you take a month or 2 and you record some songs. And those songs, we put them on the market. We let the market work. While the market is working, maybe the people from the West Indies, they're like, hey, she was not there this year. How come she was not there? And maybe they will call you, hey, why we didn't see you this year in the West Indies? And you will tell them, because I had proposals in other places. Oh yeah? Yes. I had businesses in other places. Oh, wow. But you should come here. Yeah, if you pay me. No, everybody comes for promo. I don't do promo. I have nothing to promote. You want to use my name on a flyer? That's $1,000K. Oh, okay, we'll think about it. Damn. And then they will respect you because you don't need them. So next time you tell them, next time they call you, is to ask you, when are you free? Are you free on those dates? Yes, I'm free. Can we book a show? Yes, that's 50% for reserving. I want 50%. And by the time a whole year has passed and you have your rent paid, you arrive to the next year, by April, you start calling all the clubs that you have been in the summer, but you start expanding your reach to new places. While nobody is seeing you because everybody's busy somewhere else, what you do, you go to Belgium, you start seeing that if some DJs know you, some clubs know you, and you try to do one show in Brussels, you try to do one show in Liège, you try to do one show in Antwerp. That's 3 shows. That's a week. That's 1 train. And then since people know you in maybe some of the songs you recorded are in English, so maybe the Cap Verdean crowd starts to know you, meaning that you might even go to Rotterdam, Amsterdam, where there's a lot of Cap Verdeans, and then you can also go to Switzerland, to the French communities, or to the Cap Verdean communities if you have some songs in English for the Cap Verdeans, some songs in French for the French communities. And you can start going Switzerland, you start going all these places. And maybe some of your fans are in Africa. You can start trying to see if you can book shows, and maybe you can book all these shows in advance, right? And maybe by April, you have all your summer booked, and everybody pays you 50% to make sure that they have their reservation. So you have already half of the money. That's second year. Same as second year, you pay your whole rent, 100% of your rent, you fine, boom, you invest. So maybe you don't have to invest some money, but instead of going to the studio, now you can record at home. And instead of investing 10,000 to buy material, you already have the material. You only spend 2,000 to pay an engineer to come in your house and record you on your own computers. And you become your own owner of your own masters that will pay you in 10 years. And then after that, on the third year, because what I was telling her a master plan for her next 10 years, right? So I tell her, listen, in 3 years, instead of having people book you, right? Instead of having people book you to go to do all these shows, what you do, you have your 10,000 euros for your rent paid. You have another 5,000, you go on holidays. You have 15,000, you maybe gonna use a little bit, buy you some stuff, whatever, and put some money on the side. You take the 10,000 you have on the side, and we call one of my guys and we tell him, listen, we don't want bookings this year. And they're like, what? What you mean you don't want bookings? Nah, we don't want bookings. What we want is to invest in the shows. How much is a show? How much does it cost to do a show? You need a club. You need to pay security. You need to pay your DJ. You need to pay maybe the drinks, etc., etc. You ask the clubs, how much is it to pay for the show? How much? My train ticket to go to your city, my hotel room, and my cachet. This is around 1,005, right? Then you have your security. Let's say you have 2 security, small clubs, that's 200 or 300. Then you have the club. If it's your club, you don't need to pay it. So actually, you need to pay the flyer, you need to pay the promotion, you need to pay the people who are working in the party. Let's say the show costs, fake numbers again, let's say the show costs 2,000 to make. Okay, listen, I want to invest in my shows. I will not ask you any cachet. I will pay for my train, I will pay for my hotel, and I will pay for 50% of whatever we need. If you own the club, so we don't have to pay for the club. So this is not a cost. So let's take the real cost of the party. Let's say the real party, if we pay the DJ, the security, this, let's say the price is 1,005. Okay, here is 750. This is, I pay this, I pay my ticket, I pay this, whatever, and you pay the part. But we do 50-50 on the bar and every ticket. And I bring somebody to check, of course, the numbers, right? Let's say in a small club that has 300 people, you make, let's say you only make small clubs with 300 people. Everybody pay the ticket 10. So that's 3,000 people. And let's say the bar makes another 3,000. Let's say after we pay for everybody, there's 5,000 left. Okay, 2,005 for you, 2,005 for me. Now let's say you do this 3 times a month. That's 2,005 by 3. That's 7.5. 7.5 per 4 in a month. Sorry, no, wait. 2,005. That's how you make per show per week. That's 7,005, right? Per week. 7,005 per week multiplied by 4. That's 30,000 per month. 30,000 by 3 months. That's 90,000. 90,000 can start thinking of buying a house. You can start thinking of either buying a house or paying your rent for 3 years. So then you can say fuck everybody, because now you have fuck you money, and you can now decide that I'm gonna pay for all my videos, I'm gonna pay for all my albums, and now you're a fucking independent person. And after having this whole conversation with that person, the same conversation, she's like, wow, she started crying. You changed my life just with this conversation. Oh my God, you're the best, you're the master, you are the genius, you are the one, you're the sensei. Well, I'm like, yeah. Listen, are we doing this or what? And she's like, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. And the next day, she goes to the record company, Section Zouk, that we were working with, and she started yelling to everybody, I'm independent now, I do this, da, da, da. Kaysha said that we will do this, I will do this, I will do that. And they tell her, listen, we have a month, somebody like, do you want to go to the West Indies for free? Like, you're gonna go and you're gonna spend a month there, and you're gonna be in this hotel, like the 5-star hotel, you're gonna have a car, blah blah blah, etc etc. But there's no money, there's no cachet. But hey, listen, we'll give you some pocket money so you can chill, you fine. And listen, hotel, everything is paid, you can eat whatever you want in the hotel. It's you and your 2 friends, your 2 other girls that are singing, and I know you cool with them. Yeah. Okay. We send you and you, master suite, sea view, all paid. You can eat whatever you want at the hotel. You will have a jet ski. You will have 2 cars for you girls to chill, etc etc. You just have to do like probably 10 to 15 shows for free. And what you say? And I get a call from the record company. Mr. Mokolo. I said, yo, what up? Can you come to the office? I said, yeah. I go to the office and I'm like, yo, what up? And they're like, yo, Mokolo. Why are you always trying to fuck the business? I'm like, me? Fuck the business? Why? I said, those people are not interested in all your intelligence. They just want to prove to the others that they are there, and they want to make the photo on the jet ski like the others. I'm like, what you talking about? Listen, your artist just came here and they told us about your plans and whatever, and we just offered them to go perform for free in exchange of just being in a nice hotel. And I was like, pfft. After the master plan that I gave them, there's no way that they accept your fucking offer. Because I gave them a plan that, listen, will give them wings to fly forever. I give them the knowledge. And they look at me and they're like, Mokolo. You got Facebook here? Somebody turn on Facebook. Go to the profile of the artist. They go on Facebook, and the artist was where? In the West Indies, singing for free and posing, because all they care about was posing to show to the other people, to the other poor people, yeah, me too, I'm posing. Because the others were doing a mind game, which was, hey, I'm there and you're not there. You don't know that they're there. They're not getting money, but they're there. And all you want is to be there. And all that plan that I did for them for the next 10 years, they didn't care. And that's when I realized I have an executive mentality, and most artists They don't. They just want to be slaves. So I waste my time with all these amazing plants. Yeah, learned a lot. But hey, it is what it is. And listen, all these artists that I'm talking about, all of them, they're still doing the same thing. Running after the coins. Running after the 10 fucking coins.